I miss my wife. I don't miss the last 6 months, but I miss the first 53 years of when she was healthy. I would like to tell everybody how I ended up in the Casada Baptist Church. I was raised as a kid in the Russian Orthodox religion. We went to church every Sunday. I took communion and said the prayers for being bad every month. Went home, and that was it. My parents, never once did we talk about Jesus or God at home. We did not have a Bible. It's just one of those things. And that's one of the problems that I have to take with me to the grave, because I feel, through ignorance, I guess, that I never discussed religion, God, Jesus with my children. I know they all believe in God, and one is like me that believes in Jesus. But it's my fault. My parents never did that. When my dad passed away at 80, my mother, unfortunately, I know you honor your dad and your mom. It's hard to honor my mother. She never met my children. She never met her grandchildren. And she never met my wife until my dad was dying. At the funeral at the end, I told my sister, take the house, the car, whatever money, I don't want any of it. All I want is 2 old weapons that my dad and I used, an old shotgun and an old Remington 97. Not worth a lot of money. I said, but they had a lot of meaning to me. After the wake, my mother and my sister decided that my nephew should get those for something to remember their grandfather. The hate was there for my whole family from 1980 till 2017 when my wife passed away. I finally realized that hate only affected me. It didn't affect the person I hated or my family, and I was missing out on a lot. So I decided to go home to Pennsylvania, talk to my sister face to face and say, here's what, and it's over. I don't hate you. I love you. And I talked to her son and said the same thing. My hate for you is gone. And the whole reason I did that was the church. I was going through the Bible study. I got a small group, and maybe the 3rd lesson was on how to forgive somebody. And it affected me a lot. So that's where I am. How I found the church, I had to stay pretty close to my wife. I couldn't go outside. My grass, I was afraid my dog would go out there and get lost in the grass. So I got a card in the mail saying that somebody had hired this guy and he was going to come and cut my grass for me. So I went to Phil and Deborah. They're also Baptists, but they go to a different church. And I said, was this from you? And I want to thank you. Said, no, it wasn't from us. It had to be from Deborah and Ken. So I went over to see them, and they said they weren't supposed to know it was from them. I said, look, it's one of the nicer things people did for you, so I really appreciate it. When my wife passed away, my daughter from Orlando was staying with me. So we decided that Sunday to come over to church. So we're driving down this little road here. My daughter said, well, maybe we should turn around. And I said, no, we can't do that. It's got to be here. So I finally said, we'll go over this hill, and if it's not there, we'll turn around. Well, as you turn around the thing, there's the beacon on the hill. The church is there. So we found it. She went to the Bible study with me, and we went to church, and that's where I started going to the Casada Baptist Church. And I'm very happy to be here. It's my church, and I'm going to stay for a long, long time until the Lord takes me away.